It's the calm before the storm of worlds, so there isn't any new pro action to break down, really. So this week on Hindsight, we have a little fun and look at the scrim-deciding fight between TSM and SKT. I want to start by pointing out the game circumstance that we're currently in. The gold is pretty much even, the items are relatively close, but TSM is still behind in terms of map pressure. What you're going to notice first is that their bot inhib is down, and Duke is down there on Yasuo, still split pushing. The big problem with this is the fact that Hanser on Gnar does not have TP to match him, so they need to do something about this pressure on the bot side of the map. TSM try to force a fight to bait out the TP, and they do so successfully. As soon as this TP comes in, they make the good decision to back off and get ready to deal with the next situation, which is that they need to go back and deal with those super minion waves in a second. The problem with that is that if they actually decide to back out and push out these waves, during that time, SKT is basically going to get a free Baron. If they give up the Baron against Azir, Jhin, the game's pretty much over as they'll just siege down the next couple inhibs and inhib turrets. So TSM goes for a riskier play of forcing the Baron and hopefully getting a fight off it. I personally like this decision, and we got to see how it plays out for them. There's one big problem that comes into this fight, and it's the fact that Bjergsen doesn't have any summoners. So instead of positioning with the rest of his team in the pit, he's actually going to path out this way away from his team. Now, it's hard to fault him for not wanting to be in the pit on an immobile mage like Malzahar with no summoners up, but it's going to hurt them in the long run. What's going to happen is Blank's going to go in for the Miracle Steal by himself, and you're going to see him go into the pit, and Hanser's going to be able to drop an ult on top of him and try to burst down Blank, but you see, he's so low. If they had just a little bit more damage, maybe from a Malzahar, they might be able to finish him. But instead, he's going to barely flash out and just get out of the fight. This is going to be important for one big reason, and it's because after you see Biofrost try and save Doublelift, he takes a spear that came straight from Blank and dings him right there and takes him basically from half health to dead. This is one of the biggest problems in this fight, is the fact that they can't actually melt frontline. If TSM was able to kill the front line of SKT, deal with Wolf, deal with Duke, and have finished off Blank already, they can probably win this fight in the game. Instead, Doublelift gets chunked, and Yasuo is going to be able to start cleaning up a lot of kills here, as Doublelift doesn't live as long as he should. The rest of the fight goes pretty poor, as Faker and Bang were pretty much untouched, and if the Azir and Jhin are doing free damage throughout the course of the fight, they're not going to win it. TSM showed some good decision-making, but some slight misplays in this team fight cost them the game. TSM will need to clean up these things a little bit if they want to be able to beat the best teams in the world in scrims. After the break, we'll be talking to a certain former TSM staff member. All you people, please come back and join us then.